yourself watching a movie with your family. At some point, someone may ask, what does music even do in movies? The usual answer is, oh well, it just creates a mood or fills in the silence. But that can't be the whole story. If you really think about it, music performs a lot of different functions. Not only in films, in video games too. But we'll get to that later. In this video, we're going to cover the true functions of music in movies. Now, think about the movies you usually watch. Star Wars, Marvel, Lord of the Rings. Do you really believe that composers spent years creating beautiful, unusual, and iconic soundtracks and scores just to fill in the silence? In reality, a musical score can do much more. It can define a character or a setting. It can take you back in time and make you feel as if you are living in the era of the story. It can even stitch together multiple events to show the passage of time in just a few seconds. Music is incredibly powerful. Let me give you a quick example. Pay attention to the soundtrack playing behind my voice. Catchy, isn't it? Even if you're not consciously noticing it, it is making you more engaged with what I'm saying. Now, let's rewind and change the music. Picture yourself watching a movie with your family. At some point, not as interesting anymore, isn't it? Now, let's look at some scenes and try to figure out what the music is actually doing in them. So, get comfortable, grab some popcorn, and let's get started. We can immediately tell that whatever it is inside that suitcase, it is mysterious and probably not pleasant. But what if we change the soundtrack? With different music, the scene now seems positive or even magical. It now feels like the hero found something wonderful instead of something bad or terrifying. Let's take a look at another example. The comedic theme, especially the silly trumpet melody, makes it seem like the boy has done something wrong and now is running away from consequences. Or he remembered something important. Who knows, the music really speaks for itself. But what if we change it? With fast drum rhythms, the scene becomes tense and suspensive. Now it feels like he's running away from something dangerous. Let's try one more. Music can completely change the way how we judge characters. In the previous scene, the boy seemed like a hero or even a leader. But if we change the soundtrack, he will look like a villain. And yet, with another change, he now looks like he's in grief. These examples show just how strongly music shapes our interpretation of scenes. However, to truly analyze movie soundtracks, we need to understand their classifications and functions. Let's dive into theory. In cinematography, music can be divided into two main categories. First, diegetic music. This is music that exists inside the world of the film. The characters can hear it. For example, a song playing on a radio, music at a party, or someone playing an instrument. Second, non-diegetic music, mostly known as a soundtrack or a score. This music exists outside the story world. The characters cannot hear it, but the audience can. It is also important to mention that film music can be in the form of a song with lyrics or an instrumental score. Now, let's look at some functions of music in films. Counterpoint. Counterpoint is when music contrasts with the mood of the scene. In other words, the music does the opposite of what we expect. This technique is used to manipulate the viewer's emotions. There are two types of counterpoint. The first is converging counterpoint, where the music initially contrasts with the image but gradually aligns with the mood of the scene. And the second is diverging counterpoint, where the music continues to conflict with the visuals without changing. Montage. Music also plays an important role in editing. One common technique is using music to connect different storylines or events. This allows filmmakers to show many events in a short amount of time, even if they originally took place over a long period. This keeps the pacing smooth and prevents the viewers from being bored. Leitmotif. A leitmotif is a recurring piece of music or sound associated with a specific character, place, or event. When that character appears or an important moment happens, the same musical theme returns. This helps the audience recognize and emotionally connect to what is happening on the screen. In reality, there are many other functions, but if I chose to include them as well, this presentation would have taken hours. So this is personally my summary. But other than that, that's it. I hope my presentation and examples have shown you that music in films plays a very crucial role. It is not just background sound, it is a powerful storytelling tool. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your attention.